And we are recording. So hello, happy October. I am so excited. These bonuses are incredible. This new season is incredible. And I cannot wait to see as a whole where we end up by the new year. I can say, at least for myself, and I know for a lot of other people in leadership, I feel something in my bones that I don't think I felt in a long time. And I'm going to kind of touch on that in a minute, but I feel this new wave coming, this new season coming for us. And I know that absolutely incredible things are going to happen. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about tonight, I want to definitely just try to get your mind in the most sound place to walk forward through the end of the year. And I just always think it's a good idea to do this, especially when bonuses are rolled out. I know there's a lot of hype. I know that your mind goes in a ton of different places, but the most important thing, as we always say, is what's going on up here. And I'm going to give kind of a different spin to it because, like I always say, when I have repetitive conversations with different people where the same issues are coming up, I always feel like it's something that I should address, and I'm going to tie into what I want to talk about. So like I said, the most important thing going into a bonus season, a run season, a push season, whatever you want to call it, where you're working towards massive goals, the number one thing that you need to have control over is your mind. And like I said, I'm going to spin it a little bit differently than we normally do because we always focus on mindset when it comes to personal development, right? What are you doing for yourself? How are you growing yourself? What are you reading? What are you listening to? How are you up-leveling? But I think that the most important thing going into a season like this is to also not get so caught up in not being in your mind where you think you're supposed to be. So follow me here. Obviously, every single day you need to be growing and you need to be working towards your goals. But going into a push season like this, it's more about having control over this as you grow daily rather than thinking that you have to arrive at a certain point to reach that goal. Does that make sense? I think that we get so in our heads sometimes about self-development, about the areas we're lacking in, about the areas we need to grow in, that it's all we think about. And then the self-development is almost becoming a negative thing because you're going into lack with it, because you're like, well, if I could just master this part of my mindset, or I still need to work on this, or I'm working on this consistently, or I'm trying to control this consistently. I want you to focus on having control over your mind and being sound and okay with the fact that you're not where you need to be, but that doesn't mean that you can't achieve your goals, because there is no arrival point. Okay, there's literally no magic sweet spot that you're going to reach where you are completely confident and in control and you have your crap together and all your dreams become reality. That point does not exist. The point of finding success is in the growth. Okay, it's knowing that you're never going to arrive. It's that you keep going. So when you enter into this kind of season, I just want you to focus on the control of your mind, meaning knowing the areas that you want to grow in, right? Being honest with yourself about those areas, knowing, hey, I want to work on this. This is something I want to master. You know, I want to get more confident in this. I want to grow in this area, but don't spend so much time focusing on it all day long, right? We all have areas we need to grow in. We're human, okay? I want you to just focus on having the control of where your mind is focused throughout your day. And I genuinely think that when you're going for huge goals, that is the most important thing. And that's something that I lost over the past month, and why it's something that I need to talk about and open up with you guys about, because I think that, like I said, you look at top leaders or somebody making a certain income or thinking that you have to reach that point and then there's no growth and you're just there and there is no arrival point. And I fell into a spot over this past month where I was going through my day-to-day actions, right? I was doing my IPAs, I was doing my checklist, I was doing my self-development, but my mind was so far gone. It was so not, like Jess said on Sunday, my skin was not in the game, right? I was going through the motions, but my mind was not where I needed it to be. I had lost full and total control over my mindset, meaning that I was allowing my mind all day to be filled with fear and anxiety and depression. And I was feeling constantly, right? And I had no control over it. And I had to look myself in the eyes and say that I let Satan win and I let things get to me and I let my focus be derailed. While yes, I was going through the motions, I wasn't producing what I wanted to in my business because I wasn't actually focused on the right thing. I was focused on the areas that I was lacking. I was focused on, the things that were changing or what was happening or all these different things. And I wasn't just focusing on what this business is about, right? It's not about comparison. It's not about a specific rank. It's not about a side sister or another team. It's not about a promotion or all these things. It's that I show up every single day to help you guys. That is literally my only job, is to help you guys achieve your goals and to help to achieve the goals for my family. That's it, right? That's literally why we're here. And all these other things enter our mind and we lose that focus. We're looking left and right. We're not looking in front. And when you're going into something like this, where you have this much money on the line and you have bonuses that not just for you, but for your entire team, your entire social media, everybody watching you, it can change their lives and yours. You got to get your shit together. And that's when I had to look at myself and say, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I said, I need to have a wake up call. I need to get my head out of my butt. I need to get my head back in the game and focus on what this is about, because nothing else matters. Nothing else matters, right? What he said, she said, what she's doing, who promoted, who earned that bonus. Well, I wasn't here yet. Well, I thought I was going to reach this goal. Well, I'm still working on that area in my mind and I still need to grow in that. And of course you do, right? Of course we're growing, but what matters is what you are producing on a daily basis to help impact the lives of your team, the people that join you, and your own family. And that's it, right? And so you have to be so focused going into a season like this where you put those blinders on, and that is what you focus on. And if you can control that, where your focus is, where your eyes are laid, that is when you will find success, because we have all the tools, right? We know what to do to grow our business. We know how we have to show up. And in a season like this, yes, you can push harder, which I will talk about. But I want you to just focus more on that, of being sound and happy where you are, knowing that yes, you want to grow, you have these goals you're reaching towards, but hey, like, I'm working on them daily. I know what my job is to show up and do every single day. And that's what my focus is on. And that's it, right? And I think that if you can do that and you can control where you're focused and you have that excitement and that passion and you enjoy this process, by the end of the year, you can reach whatever goals you have, right? If you can enjoy where you're at right now, if you can work to have your head straight, right? Your eyes laser focused, looking at what's in front of you, we can give you the tools, right? We can train you. We can teach you, okay, I need to work on this. Okay, I need to grow my audience. I need to do an unfold story. I need to, get over myself and go live. I need help producing content. I need everything we can help you with, right? But if your focus isn't there, it doesn't matter what you do, like I always say. So I think that that's the most important thing. And that was something I wanted to touch on, because I think that sometimes this whole self-development world and realm, it can mind F us, right? Like, it can make us actually feel in lack when it's supposed to do the opposite, because you keep telling yourself, well, I'm just not there yet, or I haven't up-leveled there, or I haven't grown there. You just have to be okay that there's always going to be growth. You were never going to arrive. You were never going to wake up one day and say, I'm completely happy. I've grown to where I need to be. Everything's perfect. It's not going to happen, right? Every single step of the way you're going to have it. But if you can refocus and just look at where you're headed, and know that, yes, I'm working on these areas, but I know what my goals are every single day. I know why I'm here. Everything's going to become a lot simpler. So that, number one, is, oh no. Hold on, Travis just. Hold on, that was a serious text. 1 second. Sorry. Okay. That scared me. Okay, so like I said, enjoying the process. This is also very important, especially when you are focused on bonuses and ranks and stuff like that. You need to enjoy where you're at, because if you're not enjoying this and you're not having fun with this, and this isn't something that aids in that happiness, it's never going to, right? Whether you're a brand promoter, a 4K, 12K, a 40K, hitting that next rank, if you're not enjoying it now, you're not going to enjoy it. Right? If you're not enjoying the money that you're making right now, you're not going to enjoy the money that you're making then. So especially when there's big goals in front of us, I want you to enjoy this process, because that's what people are going to feed off of when they are watching you, right? When they're on your Instagram, when they're on your stories, when they're watching you show up every single day and produce content, you have to be enjoying this. You have to be passionate about this, right? People don't have to understand everything, but if they can know that no matter what you're doing, even if they don't think it's possible for them, even if they don't understand it, if they can see that you are happy and you are growing and you're saying your goals out loud and working towards them, they're going to be drawn to that. So make sure that you are enjoying the process also. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I think he just got in a wreck. Hold on. One second. Let me just hear him say that he's okay, and then I'll keep talking, because I don't know what that means. Just give me 1 second. Okay, do I have a leader on here? Anybody? Who do I have on here? Okay, he's okay. He's pulling into the gas station. Okay. Whew, that freaked me out. Thank y'all for the prayers. I don't know what just happened. Okay, let me try to get my thought process back here. Enjoying the process, controlling your mind, working on that. Okay, now let's talk about massive effort during a period like this. Thank y'all so much. And how you produce that. Number one, we have almost, I believe, all leaders 40K and above have created IPA chats. If you were not in those IPA chats, get in the IPA chat. If you're working towards a bonus, you need to be in one. And it's not that it is, I hate even saying the word like 90-day push because that gives me PTSD. Don't think of it like that. But I think an IPA chat is really, really good to stay accountable with the small things. Okay? Because so much of the time, that is what we miss out on. And like I said, we go through the motions. We think, well, I'm checking this off my list and I'm doing this and that, but you're not putting your heart into it. You're not putting your passion into it, and you fall short, right? I'll have it where I'll have my checklist and I'll say that I'm going to do all these things. And sometimes I don't. And sometimes I fall short. But when you're pushing for something this large, you need to stay accountable and you need to double your efforts. So I think that a lot of time when you go into this where you're like, I have this huge goal, I have this huge bonus I want, we slip into this mindset of reinventing the wheel when we don't need to. And I will say this until I am blue in the face. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You need to double or triple your efforts. And there's two, hold on. I'm trying to mute everybody. There's two different sides to that, because one, in the areas in your business of you showing up on social media, of you producing content, of you putting in those IPAs every single day, you need to be growing in those and you need to be evolving, right? Trying out new things for your business, doing things differently than you had before. It's a constant growth, but the basics are the basics and you need to stick with them, right? Because sometimes we can lose our marbles when we have a really big goal to work towards and we start working in a way that doesn't align with us, right? Or in a way that is not really who we are, or in a way that we haven't worked our business since the day that we joined. And then that not only doesn't feel good, but that pushes people away. So if you're going into this and you have something you're working towards, get in an IPA chat and get down your daily schedule, right? And if you have those moments where you're like, well, I feel like I'm not putting enough effort in, or what, Olivia Taylor, can you mute yourself for me, please? It's a phone thing and I can't get to mute. If you're in that trap of like, well, what I'm doing hasn't produced an outcome for me, or the efforts I've been putting in haven't gotten me to where I need to be, or I want to do more, or I feel like I'm not doing enough. Double and triple your efforts, right? In a season like this, I will always say it's okay, right? If you want to buckle down and spend more time on your phone, it's okay if you want to make those sacrifices, because when bonuses like this come out, this is what changes the course of your financial life for your family, right? This is what allows you to pay off debt. This is what allows you to put money in savings. This is what allows you to get everything back on track with these residual bonuses that are paid out every single month. So it's okay to make sacrifices this season. It's okay to grind, right? That is okay, but just don't lose yourself in trying to do a million new things you've never done before in your business. Stay true to what we do, right? Stay true to who we are, stay true to the IPs, but always be growing, right? So think about the areas that you are not growing in, that you're not getting uncomfortable in. If you want a bonus, you're going to have to get uncomfortable, right? You're going to have to do things that you may not have done in your business, right? You're going to have to go through times where it's terrifying. Like I always say, before you can have these breakthroughs, before amazing things can come your way, you have to show that you are faithful and that you're willing to walk through those scary moments, that you're willing to walk through those hard times. Because if you're not, and you're just doing what you've always done every single day, and you're sitting in that comfort zone, nothing is going to be produced from that. And I can tell you that straight out. So ask yourself, what area do I need to grow in and show up in, right? Where am I not getting uncomfortable? Where am I not pushing myself? And that's the same thing I said about your focus, is you have to be honest with yourself. I can't tell you where you're lacking if you can't even show up for yourself and say, hey, I said I was going to do this 3 months ago and I still haven't done it, right? I said I was going to start to go live a couple times a week. I still haven't done it, right? I said I was going to consistently grow my following. I still haven't done it. I said I was going to figure out that app on how to make that stories because I want to tell mine and put it on Instagram, but I still haven't done it, right? Ask yourself where you're falling short for yourself and where you have to get uncomfortable to get to where you need to be. Because if you can commit from now to the end of the year to getting extremely uncomfortable, new things will happen in your life. You will hit ranks you never had. You will earn bonuses you never had because you have to push through that. And I've said this so many times, and it's such like, I always say it on my lives, like it's a high high and it's a low low, because to go through what I've been through in the past 2 years, right? And you look at this highlight reel of the promotions and the bonuses and our entire financial, standing, turning around to what we're able and blessed to have with now. It was also the scariest and hardest 2 years of my life because I constantly was put in situations where I was uncomfortable. I constantly had to be like, crap, I have to up level right now. I have to grow right now. I have to show up in a new capacity. I have to do this. I have to do this. And I truly feel like we grew so fast as a team, and I was kind of thrown in there like a snowball rolling down a hill, having no idea what I was doing, because I have to be the one to now sit here and say, you're going to have to go through those hard times, right? You're going to have to figure things out. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. But if you can do that, things will happen. And when you have these bonuses on the line, not just for yourself, but for so many other people you've never even spoken to yet, people that you have no idea are even interested in this business, by December, their lives could be changed if you can just show up and keep your focus straight and get uncomfortable, right? And this is a time, I think, as leaders too, where there is more hand-holding, right? So if you need help, reach out to your upline, right? Say, I'm showing up and I'm doing this, this, and this, but this is where I'm lacking, right? Or I need help with this. I need help with posting. I need help with my Instagram, right? I need you to tell me to just go live and do it. I need a topic to go on my Instagram and talk about, right? I need ideas for a post, something. Grab on and say something. Because like I always say, we don't know what you need unless you tell us. But the fact that you were even running after a bonus as a leader, that's the most important thing we could ever ask for. That is what lights our fire. That is what gives us passion, that you are dreaming bigger for yourself. And we will show up for you and we will help you. You just have to ask for help and know that you yourself are putting in the work also side by side. So I know this was really short. I know this was all over the place. I was not expecting him to have whatever happen. But I just hope that that kind of got your mind clear on where you're going. Define your goals for the last quarter of this year, okay? Define where you want to be and what you're gonna have to do to get there, okay? The areas that you need to grow in. If you wanna write out a list of areas that you know that you need to up level in, copy and paste that and send that to your enroller and say, give me some tasks, right? What can I do to push through this? What can I do to get uncomfortable? And we will help you, because this is about you guys, right? This is all about you earning your bonuses and you believing in yourself enough to run towards it so that other people can join you and do the same. So know how special this is, know how important this is. Know that if you can commit to yourself for this last quarter of the year, you will change the next year of your entire life, okay? If you will get uncomfortable and keep your focus straight. So like I said, get in an IPA chat if you were not in one. If you need to reach out to somebody, if you don't have an active enroller or like know who your 40K leader is, just reach out to somebody. We are implementing the Sunday and Wednesday night trainings. We will be on this Zoom ID, and we are also rolling out a lot of new trainings in the team page. So you guys have a lot of material, business building material, Instagram, connections, engagement, everything that you need is going to be rolled out throughout the month to really give you more tools to run forward. But tonight, I want you to control this. I want you to know where your focus is and know that you're going to have moments when you falter. You're going to have moments when you're scared. You're going to have moments where you tell yourself that it's just not going to happen, right? because some of you may have already done that. It's the second, but I know some of you have already done that, right? You were the first when the email came out, you were like, oh, hell yeah. Now you're like, crap. How am I going to do this, right? Make a game plan, connect with your enroller, and we're going to get it done. So I love you guys. I will post this afterwards. Like I said, the trainings are coming out, so just make sure that your notifications are on in the team page so that you get notified. And I hope that you all have a great night.